Now in Gauteng, co-president Mosioua Lekota is attending St. Michael's Church in Tshwane's Mabopane township today. The party's support has dwindled since 2014 following the Mbazima Shilowa and Lekota leadership showdown back in 2010. But the big question, of course, is whether COPE is still relevant or not. Our reporter Mluko Moloto is actually following COPE at the present moment. Mluko, first just maybe answer that question for us. With just 3 seats in Parliament at the present moment, how relevant is the Congress of the People?
Well, Tony, the Congress of the People, as you would remember, it was founded in 2008, just after former President Thabo Mbeki lost that contest in the ANC for the party presidency to Jacob Zuma. Now, several party members of the ANC who were disgruntled, unhappy with Jacob Zuma's victory, the likes of Mosioua Lekota and Mbazima Shilowa, decided to form their breakaway party. And at the time, it was considered as an alternative to the African National Congress. And we saw in the 2009 elections, Congress of the People managing to get 1.3 million votes in Parliament. And later we saw them being dogged by internal infighting, petty squabbles, to an extent that they were even taking each other, those leaders, to court, contesting for power within Congress of the People. And as a result, we saw their support in 2014, dwindling down to 0.67%, essentially losing so much support. Hence, they remained with only 3 seats, and they even lost the number 2 positions in provinces such as Limpopo, the Northern Cape, as well as the Eastern Cape.
Now, Muluko, we've seen COPE do almost a U-turn now. This is the party that opposes land expropriation without compensation and the amendment of Section 25. Who is COPE actually appealing to? What's the message they're going out there trying to, give to the people?
Very interesting one, Tony. Remember that the South African voters are divided along the racial lines. So the Congress of the People, interestingly, is, as you said, opposed to the expropriation of land without compensation. According to them, they believe that those who are currently owning the land, and many of them being the farmers, white farmers to be specific, they must be compensated if they have to give away their land. And interestingly, we saw Mosioua Lekota also joining forces at some stage in spreading that message with the likes of Steve of Mayor and AfriForum as well. So you can say that, and you'd remember that even at that time, when he was appealing more towards the likes of AfriForum, he actually ended the criticism from Julius Malema, the leader of the EFF, calling him a default of history. Now, that on its own says that the people, majority of whom being black, who may not necessarily agree with the issue of government having to buy land, the Congress of the People certainly is likely to alienate such people. However, COPE argues, for instance, that there are about 10,000 of farmers who have left the country, so they are worried about a possible situation wherein we might not even have food security, where we would see even those farmers who are remaining living in droves.
All right, Muluko, thank you so much for that. We'll catch up with you a little bit later. Hopefully you will have the co-president with you as they're campaigning there in Mabopane in Tshwane. That's Muluko Moloto.